second round of the playoffs. We were a bit of a hit and miss on our predictions. I think we got 3 right, 3
I thought we were
wrong.
6-0. We
Wait,
don't make
you
mistakes.
know, make so now we're in the divisional round. We're gonna start with the AFC.
Good. We're still gonna wear our Steeler gear because it's cold out.
Yeah, it's cold.
We're not buying fucking stuff.
Speaking of the AFC North, uh, Saturday night, 8:15, Baltimore Ravens at Buffalo.
Game of the week.
Game of the week. Well, I mean,
Game of
it's
the
prime
week.
time.
I think I think this is Buffalo's biggest test. Now, if they lose, I'm right. But if they win, what does that mean? Bills Mafia in February going nuts. But sticking with this week, I think this is going to be the game of the week. I think Lamar Jackson will have a really good game. I think that Buffalo will have a really good game, and we're talking something like 27-30. Enough excitement, enough good defense, enough big plays. This is rightfully a primetime game. I'm going with the Bills.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for I'm on the same page as you. I think the Bills are the better coached team. Sure, Ravens have brought it back together after the midseason slide.
Yeah.
And they brought it back together, but Buffalo is on a streak, and they've kept it going.
It's not a spectacular streak
No.
like Kansas City putting up crazy plays. It's
This is
solid and consistent.
This is your 9 to 5 consistent in and out team.
Yeah.
It's not the high scoring Bills of the 90s that went 0-4 in playoff in Super Bowls
In a row.
in a row.
In a row.
But yeah, this team will get you the win no matter what. Now, the Ravens have the ability to just score at will. They're on the same level of Kansas City of firepower. It's just who's going to show up that day. Is the offense going to show up and light it up, or is the defense going to show up? Or are they both going to stay home because it's COVID?
If the Ravens can run the ball like they have been, that's their key. They faltered when they got away from running the ball, and we all know Lamar Jackson's very talented, but they have a solid group of running backs. They got I can't remember the guy's name. I think he's a rookie, and he's been tearing it up lately. If they stick with the run game, that's their key.
Well,
Buffalo, you got to stop the run and make Lamar Jackson throw.
Well, the Bills' defense have been pretty all right on the run. I don't know where they rank. I know that they rank all right. The thing about the Bills, their rankings, like with all offense and defense, they don't wow you, but they're good.
They're consistent.
They're consistent.
So we both on the
We're
Buffalo.
both on Buffalo.
Bills Mafia this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not painting my face. I'll eat some snacks.
Oh yeah, I'll eat. Next up is the Browns and Chiefs. Sunday, 3:00.
I'll let you start.
Well, thank you so much. The Chiefs struggle with consistency at a micro level. Sure, they're 14-2, but more often than not, they start slow, but they're so good that they can overcome starting slow, and they can put up like 21 points in a quarter. We saw that last year against the Texans, and we've seen that intermittently throughout the year. The defense is more. The Chiefs have been having a problem with defenses, even back when with Alex Smith. They're all right, but they can't stop everything. They're not that type of defense that swarms the ball and suffocates an offense. They are of the philosophy bend, don't break, and they've been doing a lot of bending this year. They've been doing just enough to stay in it because they have Patrick Mahomes and all of their speedsters. The Browns are the ultimate story of resilience.
Yeah, I gotta say I was impressed with the Browns.
15 years without playoff appearances, a 1-15, and then followed up with an 0-16 to then come out of essentially nowhere with your rookie, and all of a sudden you have Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hurt
Yeah,
now,
they went
but
from 0 to drafting Baker, and they put up 7 wins, 8 wins that first year.
they
which
went
was
they
good.
went
And
7-8-1.
and he wasn't even the opening day starter.
No, that was Tyrod.
They pulled the trigger on him pretty quickly. But
Against-
the Browns are impressive. They put up a solid game against Pittsburgh again. They've put up a number of solid plays. They are improving. I'm not saying they're peaking, but they're improving. The Kansas City honeymoon is over. Go ahead and book a State Farm commercial shoot for Monday because Cleveland is taking this one and moving on to the AFC Championship game. And yeah, if you're thinking brackets, next week we'll be talking about Bills and Browns for the AFC. But yes, in this game, I like the Browns because they're just going to be workmen chipping away at the Chiefs, maybe stymieing the Chiefs, but they're going to just keep coming at them. It won't be spectacular. They have a strong ground game. Baker will make a couple plays in the air. Jarvis Landry's got his legs under him. They've got a good tight end on their team. OBJ is going to be dancing while watching at home, nursing that bad knee, wishing he can be out there. I'm hoping
might pull a TO and just come out of here.
I hope not. He should stick to his Twitter and Instagram game for this one to not be a distraction. But I really think that this is the Browns' big win over Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, nothing against you, but the magic is gone. You've been figured out. You're going to come back stronger next year, but this is just not going to work for you this year.
Right. Browns are kind of riding the wave right now. I mean, it's at Kansas City, but I think it's going to...
It doesn't matter. Browns, it could be snowing in Kansas City. It could be 80 degrees in Kansas City. We don't know. But no one plays in a more miserable neck of the woods than Cleveland, because it is like the most miserable place on earth, isn't it? Like,
it's Cleveland,
Didn't
Ohio.
Drew Carey have a TV show based in there and they sang Cleveland Sucks? Oh, that was Cleveland Rocks. I'm going to get some hate mail on that one.
Yeah. Next up, we're going to transition to the NFC. This first game, I think it's going to be pretty easy. This is Rams at Green Bay. I'm pretty sure we're going to get some pissed off Aaron Rodgers. The Rams, I don't know how to feel about the Rams. I mean, I touched on this last week about my when they played the Seahawks, and it's the feeling that the Rams, they aren't good enough to win soundly, but they're not bad enough to shit the bed.
We didn't pick them in the crap game of the week last week,
yeah,
and they won. So how much of an accomplishment is that?
I mean, you're getting Aaron Rodgers, who's having essentially one of his best statistical seasons
and that's saying
ever.
A lot.
He has, I think, 44 touchdowns to 4 interceptions.
He did, not quite video game numbers, but if
you
had him in your fantasy league, you played him.
Yeah. He has only 11 interceptions within the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, he's definitely a leading contender for MVP. It's just been another good year for Aaron Rodgers, but in this game, I hate to be a jerk, but if they don't win by more than 20, it's because Aaron Rodgers wasn't trying or the coach is pulled back. Someone will be to blame. What time is this game?
This is a 4:35 game.
Okay, so this is great. Kicks off at 4:35.
This is the pregame to the Baltimore and Bills. It goes
yes. So in this
what
in
a
this
great
case,
what a great Saturday.
I know. In this case, you can, kick off. For me, I'm going to see a little bit of the game, and then I'm going to leave for church and pretty much miss the entire game. It doesn't matter. Aaron Rodgers should put up 28 points in the first 20 minutes of the game. That's all you need to see, and it should be over. It should be a fantasy football type of stat freak day. I don't see Jared Goff doing anything with a partially healed thumb on his throwing hand. This really should be a surgical procedure. If we're going to say, are you a professional, he needs to go in there with that Alec Baldwin in Malice God complex and just do whatever he wants to do against LA.
Pissed off Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Yeah, hashtag pissed off Aaron Rodgers.
I mean,
which is a good thing.
Next we have Buccaneers and Saints.
Wow, this is the battle for this is the arthritis.
This is the battle of the
bowl.
old men. Yeah.
I know you say old men, but I'm older than both of them. I remember when they both. Well, I remember when Breeze came out of college. He came out of Vanderbilt, and
No, Purdue.
Sorry, Purdue. My bad. It was that general middle of the country area. But
Same colors.
I
Kind of beige.
I remember watching him in college, and I knew he'd be something. No one knew who Brady was. I wasn't a Michigan fan. I mean, I'm not against Michigan. I don't want to get a billion Michigan alumni pissed at me. Although I'm trying to piss everybody off. But yeah, 41 and 43. But they're both playing like they're 31. So we can't really say anything about being old. But hey, a lot of guys start showing rust in their 30s. They're showing the rust that should have happened 10 years ago.
Aged like fine wine.
Yeah, and it's amazing that they're both there. As much as I have reasons to hate Tom Brady, honestly, if I bumped into him, I would have to tell him that all my reasons to hate him are BS. I don't know what to make of this game, to be honest, because the Bucs, they played well. It was a whatever game against Washington. We had no hope in Washington, but it wasn't a blowout.
It was actually remarkably close.
Yeah, and
there was a I think 1 touchdown deficit towards the end, and then I think the Bucs actually were like, we have Brady this year, so I think we should try. On the flip side, the Saints handled the Bears, I think 28-7.
They handled them.
Yes.
But the Bears had a couple bad breaks that the game could have been completely different. The flea flicker that went through his arms. Like, I don't want to say he threw the game like Irving Fryer, but I would check his bank account for deposits. Or maybe check his house for a lot of cash. But, like it went straight through. He alligator armed it. How do you miss that? That would have completely changed the complexity of the game. I don't feel that the Saints dominated the way they should. Although I am happy that an F-bomb got dropped on Nickelodeon.
That was awesome.
That's like my favorite thing this year. Not an 11-0 start, but an F-bomb on Nickelodeon. Who thought this was a good idea?
Execs did, because they wanted it's like, we need something to boost ratings.
We need kids to say, "Dad, buy me a scarf or something."
Yeah.
So with this game, it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde. They both came off of underwhelming wins. If you want to look at the mystique of Super Bowl winners, multiple, record holders with these two quarterbacks, they got miles and miles of passing yardage. Both underwhelming. Should I expect much, or should I expect that was just the tune-up and that they're just going to both tear it up for like a 49-48 gunfight?
I think the Bucs are going to take this for the sole fact of the Brady cult.
And you know what? And I have to go against the Brady cult. Just on principle.
Yeah. But you have a history of going against Tom Brady and then him just shoving it back down your throat.
I've been right once. Philadelphia. I've been right only once.
And of course it's Philadelphia.
I mean, I've seen Sanchez beat him. I've seen Peyton Manning beat the Patriots.
But that was before. That was kind of before he had the whole.
No, he had the mystique. He was already 3-0. All right, he was 3-0. We were tired of him by 2006. All right, it was done. But I've seen him lose, but I haven't really hoped for it, like Super Bowl hoped for it and been right. Other than the Nick Foles Eagles. Yeah. So that's one. I'll always have that, and I'll always have the fact that I was tweeting people saying that there's no way the Eagles can blow this, and all my Eagle fan friends were just hating me for trying to jinx them. But I'm going to have to go with Breeze. He's getting better and better. He came back a little too early from those cracked ribs and collapsed lung.
Only 2 weeks off.
Oh, my God. He should have taken 4 weeks off. But they're both going to come into it. What time game is that?
That is the Sunday. That is the final Sunday game at 6:40.
Oh, kind of like a Super Bowl time slot, so it's not too late.
Well, I mean, it's Brady it's Brady and Breeze.
I know, but
this is the first time they're playing each other in the playoffs. This is the closest to a Breeze and Brady Super Bowl that we ever could have hoped for.
Yeah, because Breeze, when he was in the AFC, was terrible. I mean, he wasn't terrible, but his team.
And it was.
So we're gonna go with.
We have a guest here, Officer Emily Walsh.
I'm gonna go with Breeze. You're sticking with Brady.
Bye.
One shot. We only do this in one
take. Only one take.
All right, one take. Yeah, so we're not in agreement on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Saints in a shootout. Very close game. And then the way it ends will not be a failure of Brady magic, but will be an accomplishment of Breeze come from behind or big play in that way. Not like the Giants won the Super Bowl because of a 48-yard missed field goal. It's more like the Saints are going to win it because Breeze drove them the length of the field in the last 4 minutes and did it.
Well, this has been our right/wrong/ I don't care.
I'm usually wrong. Please do not spend any money at the tables, at the bookies, at BetMGM, or any of the sports books based on anything I've said. Once you bet money on what I've said, you might as well just part ways and never think of it again.
Yeah. Join us next week when we break down the championship games. Hopefully, we get a Browns and Bills championship. That'll be the greatest. Those fan bases, if that is all possible, and the Bills and Browns play each other in the AFC Championship, those fan bases are gonna look at each other and be like, "We've both suffered the longest droughts ever. Come here." It's not going to be a fan base of like our team's better. It's going to be like we're both celebrating together because we're finally out of the hell that is NFL.
I should save it for next year because the Browns have had some heartaches in AFC championships thanks to John Elway, while the Bills have had heartaches in the Super Bowl. Thanks to other teams just beating them.
Mainly the Cowboys.
We're both on the same page. Next week we're looking for Browns and Bills. And the week after, we're a little different. We're both looking for Green Bay to host the Bucs. I think Green Bay will host the Saints. But we'll see who wins that one. If you're right, I'm not giving you any money or anything.
Yeah, we have no budget.
You could brag, but I'm going to deny it.
Yeah, okay, cool. We'll see you there.